Guiding Light, presented by today's Ivory Liquid, with its Young Hands formula that helps hands look young again.
Keep playing, Helen. Want a close-up of that?
Oh, no. Not with these old-looking hands.
Oh, come on.
No. Housework's made these hands so old-looking.
Hi. Why, I'm Mary Mild, here to introduce today's Ivory Liquid. Helps hands look young again. Kind of like you had a maid, like me, to do your dishes.
Better than mine?
Only Ivory Liquid detergent has this special formula.
Young Hands formula. Creamy white.
Ivory Mild. Makes longer-lasting suds, too. Proper hand care. And Ivory Liquid will make your hands look young again.
Well, a good one. No more complaints about your hands?
None. They look young again.
Pretty as a picture.
Take all the pictures you like.
Ivory Liquid helps your hands look young again. Young again.
Why didn't you talk to him today? You promised me you would.
I didn't get a chance till we left so early. I will speak to him, I promise.
Now, look, you've got to talk to him. I can't. It was your attitude towards him that made him want to move out. I don't want my son living away from home.
He hasn't left home yet.
No, but he will. He told me so, and he meant it. No, because you convinced him you don't want him around.
I never told him
You
that.
told him that with your attitude. You told him that in 1,000 different ways. I've seen you doing it.
I'm sorry if I'm a little late.
Oh, that's all right. I don't think dinner is ready yet anyway, is it?
No, not quite.
Where have you been today?
I went looking for a job, Dad.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I kind of thought that was what you were up to.
Well, I told you I was going to. And I also looked at a couple places where I could stay.
Now, look, Johnny, before you go off the deep end on this idea, I think Robin has something she'd like to say to you.
Oh?
Yes, Paul tells me you want to live away from home this summer. Is that because of me?
Well, it's because of all of us. Knowing the way you feel about me, I think it's wrong for me to stay here. I mean, we've all been a little uncomfortable like this, haven't we? So I think it's just better if I stay away. At least for a while.
I'll get it. Yes? Well, yes, he is. Well, just a minute. It's for you.
Who is it?
I don't know. I didn't recognize the voice.
Who's this? Hello?
Johnny, this is Peggy. Listen, I disguised my voice because I thought it would be better if your parents didn't know I was calling. And if I should hang up suddenly, it means my father walked into the room, okay?
We took one little girl, one canvas money bag empty, and made that stiff, scratchy canvas soft enough for a nightie. Impossible? Not with the softening power of Downy. We washed the canvas, rinsed it in Downy, and it became soft enough for her tender skin. Now, if Downy softens canvas, imagine the comfort it'll bring to real clothes. Absolutely nothing makes clothes softer and whiter than Downy.
It's wash day for Jill Wade. Her wash is so big and dirty, there's only one way to get it clean.
The bomb! The dirt bomb!
Introducing Salvo's Dirt Bomb. A dime's worth of Salvo has more cleaning power than this much old-fashioned powder detergent. That's why for big, dirty washes...
The bomb! The dirt bomb!
I just don't like the idea of my wife working, even part-time. Now, you make it look like your husband can't support you properly.
Nobody's going to look at it like that. Except you.
Well, George Hayes knows that I'm just doing it to get out of this house.
All right, Meg. Thank you for reminding me. I'll see you later. Bye now.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
Who is that on the phone?
Oh, just a girlfriend of mine.
Oh. Look, Maggie, a woman expects the man she marries to take care of her, right? That's what a man is supposed to do.
The best way you can take care of me is to let me get a part-time job. I just can't sit here all day long and do nothing but look at a stove.
No, I think Mom is right. She's used to doing a lot of interesting work. It'll be hard for her just sitting around here alone all day doing nothing.
Well, who's alone? You'll be here with her.
No, I won't. I'm going to be out of the house myself a lot this summer.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And just where will you be going?
Oh, I'm going to be a candy striper. I've already applied.
A what?
A candy striper. That means I'm going to be doing some part-time volunteer work at the hospital. Teenage volunteers are called candy stripers.
Oh. Well, who says you're going to be doing that? Now, this is the first I've heard of it.
Well, I said she could do it. It's very worthwhile summer work for a girl.
So you see, I won't be around to keep Mom company. She'll be all alone if she doesn't get some kind of work to do.
And what is this, a female conspiracy to get out of this house? I thought you both liked the house. At least I thought you did, Peggy.
Dad, I'm crazy about the house, but that doesn't mean I want to sit around here all day. And neither does Mom, don't you see?
Well, I'm making an effort to. Looks like I have a couple of emancipated women on my hands here.
Dad, women were emancipated long ago. Haven't you heard? Hey, I just remembered. I better get to the library before it closes. I'll see y'all later.
Okay. Now, wait a minute. What is all this library business? It's evening. We're all home. Why are you going out?
I have to get some books. I have a lot of summer reading to do.
Well, why couldn't you get the books during the day?
What difference does it make? May I go, please?
All right, go ahead. But hurry back.
Ben, you are being ridiculous about Peggy.
Am I? I'm just trying to make sure she's not running off to see that Johnny Fletcher again.
Look, you're her father. You're not her jailer. She's not a child. She's almost a grown woman.
That's what has me worried.
Ben, you can't keep us tied to this house as though we were a couple of pets you wouldn't allow out of the yard. No, I mean it. If you keep being strict with her, you're going to drive your newfound daughter away from you.
Peggy got involved with this Johnny Fletcher in the first place because you're too easy with her.
She got involved with Johnny Fletcher because she has sense. He's a very nice boy.
Oh.
You know why you're doing this, don't you?
Yes, to keep my daughter. Do you mind?
Yes, I mind. And Peggy will mind. Because you're not doing this just to keep your daughter. You're doing it to keep your daughter from growing up. You're trying to make up for all those years that you didn't have her.
I'm going to make up for all those years. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Well, you're not going to do it by treating a 17-year-old girl as if she were 7. You go ahead and keep it up. You're going to lose her.
Josephine.
Yep. Comet can remove stains better with 1 try than your cleanser does with 2 tries. It's that good? New Extra Strength Comet gets out stains far better than any other leading cleanser. Even yours. Want to see a test on that food stain?
I want to do it myself.
Be my guest. Here's my cleanser's first try, right? Right. Wet it and wait. Stain's still there.
That's disappointing. I'll give mine a second try. Now, 1 try for Comet. Wet 'em.
Wait again. There. 2 tries with your cleanser, only 1 with Comet.
Oh, still some stain.
But Comet removed it. It's the stain-removing cleanser. Only 1 with superchlorinol. Disinfects better, too.
That test makes me mad. Why? I've been buying the wrong cleanser.
Don't get mad. Get Comet. New Extra Strength Comet gets out stains far better than any other leading cleanser.
Well, what'd you tell your father?
That I had to go to the library. And I did go, see. That's what held me up. Sorry if I'm late.
Oh, I didn't mind. Just so I get to see you. Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Boy, I'm sure not winning any popularity contests these days. Your father doesn't like me much at all anymore, does he?
Oh, yes, he does. You've got to understand that.
Well, I'd like to understand him just because he's your dad. But he made it pretty plain that he didn't want me hanging around your house the other night.
I know, and I'm sorry.
Well, what did I do?
You didn't do anything. Dad was acting kind of crazy, I know. Please don't mind.
Well, don't you mind? I mean, he sure got steamed up all over nothing.
I know. But I know it's because he loves me that he worries so much. He's not used to being my father. I'm still brand new to him. So he's treating me extra carefully, like you do something new.
Well, I guess I see what you mean.
So, what's new with you?
Well, I told my father and Robin that I wanted to get a job and live away from home this summer.
You told them that? What did they say?
Well, Dad tried to talk me out of it. I'm out of moving away from home, I mean. Robin did too, but she was just saying that to please Dad. She wants me to leave, I know that. Anyway, I'm going to.
When?
Well, first thing I have to do is find a job. I've been looking for a couple days now, but I haven't found anything. It's kind of hard, but I'll find something. I've got to get out of that house.
Well, I'm not going to tell you you shouldn't. I know how hard it is for you there now. You know something?
What?
Well, I'm going to be doing some volunteer work at the hospital this summer. Now, it doesn't pay anything, of course. But I'll bet your father could get you a paying job there, as an orderly or something, and then we could be together.
Hey, that's a great idea. Yeah, I asked Dad to help me find a job, but I didn't think of that. An orderly, huh?
Mm-hmm. Maybe there are some jobs at Dad's restaurant.
Oh, no, forget that.
I guess so.
Was it because your father saw me kissing you that he got so sore?
In the first place, Dad saw me kissing you, and I reminded him of that. But I guess that is partly why he got so mad. Dad thinks you're trying to take me away from him. He's being so silly.
Well, just so he doesn't try to take you away from me.
Don't worry. Nobody can stop me from seeing you. Not even Dad.
Promise?
Of course.
Gee, Peggy, you mean so much to me. I don't know what I'd do without you right now.
The Guiding Light has been presented by new Extra Strength Comet, the stain-removing cleanser, now also in the plastic decorator size and the plastic bathroom bundle. The Guiding Light, presented by Mild Ivory, 99 and 44/100% pure, to help skin that wears makeup stay young.
Oh, no. Mother, how could you? There's not a bar of ivory in the house. Now that
My daughter's an airline stewardess. Thought I'd try those Jet Age soaps.
Jet Age, my eye. We're going shopping.
The way I wear makeup, my skin needs to rest. But other soaps have ingredients that can stay on your face, like deodorants, heavy perfume.
I see what you mean. Ivory's pure.
Lets your skin rest and stay young. And you don't have to pay for all those extra ingredients. Look, 4 bars of personal size ivory cost about the same as 3 of these.
Like getting an extra cake free.
Besides, more doctors recommend ivory.
Now that's a real Jet Age soap. Personal size ivory.
Saves you money and helps skin that wears makeup stay young.
99 and 44/100% pure. It floats.
Now, look, we probably won't be able to get this thing on the court calendar for at least a year. I strongly suggest a settlement out of court. I think they're amenable. All right, good. I'll contact them. Yeah? Right. Yeah, goodbye. What, you finished with this Mercer file already?
Well, I had some training as a legal secretary.
Telling me. That's wonderful, Mrs. Scott. Thank you very much. Be a big help.
No, I'm glad.
That husband of yours still object to your working for me? Sit down, will you?
Well, Ben wouldn't like any job that I had. But I do.
I hate the idea of losing you.
Well, it isn't Ben's attitude toward my job that worries me at the moment. It's his attitude toward Peggy's relationship with your nephew, Johnny Fletcher, that worries me.
What, does he disapprove of Johnny?
Ben wouldn't approve of anybody that Peggy likes. But he's insanely jealous of her. He wants to keep her all to himself.
What do you mean, he's trying to break up their friendship?
Oh, yes. Well, he won't if I can help it, but he certainly is trying.
Well, look, since he's moving in with us, I think I might be able to persuade Johnny not to let his trouble with your husband discourage him too much.
Good. Mr. Hayes, before I leave, I wonder if I could ask you a question.
Yeah.
I need your advice.
Sure, go right ahead.
I ran into Bill Bauer the other day.
By accident, I hope.
Oh, yes. Yes, please believe that. I was having luncheon, and he came in, and he joined me. Bill's drinking again.
Yeah. I'm aware of that.
Bill can't drink. He hasn't for years. I'm very concerned about it.
Oh, look. Let me point out one thing first. Bill Bauer's drinking is not your concern.
But how can it not be?
You say you still love him? Even so, there's nothing that you can do. There's nothing that you should do.
Well, you see, I feel that I'm partly to blame for this, and I thought maybe I should see him again. I could talk to him.
Mrs. Scott, Bill Bauer seeing you again is just going to make things worse for him, not better. Now, as your friend and as his friend, I think that you have to stay as far away from Bill Bauer as is possible for the rest of your life.
You're right, aren't you? Well, I better get back to work. Thank you.
You're welcome. And good luck.
Why didn't you just stick out your hands?
These old-looking hands embarrass me. Darn housework hands look so old.
Hi! Why, I'm Mary Miles, here to introduce today's ivory liquid. Head's hands look young again, kind of like you had a maid. Like me, to do your dishes.
Better than mine?
Only ivory liquid detergent has this special formula.
Young hands formula. Creamy white.
Ivory mild. Makes longer-lasting suds, too. Proper hand care and ivory liquid will make your hands look young again.
Come on! We're playing charades!
Your hands.
Now my hands look young again.
Well, come on!
Ivory liquid helps your hands look young again. Young again.
Johnny,
Oh, hi, Peggy.
may I talk to you for a minute?
Sure, why not? Sit down.
Are you still mad at me?
You were kind of mad at me, weren't you?
Not really. It's just that when you say things like that about my father,
Look, I know you love your father. Of course you do. I just think you ought to get to understand him a little better, that's all.
he just got those theater tickets to be nice. Just to be nice, that's all. And you made it sound as if you were trying to trick us out of going to the dance together. He wouldn't do a thing like that.
Okay, so he wouldn't.
He got the tickets before he knew about the dance. And he was just terribly disappointed because it's a good show and we couldn't go.
Yeah, well, I noticed we're still not going to the dance. Or are we? The way you talked yesterday, you didn't much want to.
I'm still going if you still want me.
Well, you know I do. But I don't want you to if you'll be happier going with your father.
I'm going with you and I'll be very happy going with you.
Yeah? Okay. Then it's a date all over again.
I feel better. You know, all last night I thought about our quarrel.
You did. So did I.
Let's never quarrel again, okay?
Never. Hey, what'll the hospital say?
I don't even care. Hey, if we're going to do some of our songs for the dance, we better get in practice.
Yeah, sure we should, but when? Where?
Well, why don't you come out to my house tonight? Dad doesn't mind that.
No, Peggy, he minds. He just doesn't mind that as much as when I take you out.
Well, he's just going to have to get used to the fact that I see you. Please come out to the house tonight. Mom will back me up, and even Dad likes the way we sing together.
Well, I can't tonight anyway. I'm moving over to live with my Aunt Jane and Uncle George, remember? Oh, I'm dreading that.
Living with them?
No, I don't mean that. No, I think that's going to be nice. They're two great people. No, I'm dreading moving out of my house because of how unhappy it's making my dad.
Then why move? There's still time to change your mind, you know.
No, I've got to move out. I know it hurts him, but I've got to. It's got to be done sooner or later.
It's wash day for Mrs. Gordon Wade of Cincinnati, Ohio. Her problem, greasy wash, dirty wash, muddy wash.
When you've got wash this dirty, there's only one way to get it clean. The bomb. The dirt bomb.
Introducing Salvo's Dirt Bomb. Here's a cup of the most powerful detergent. This much more cleaning power is concentrated in a dime's worth of new Salvo, the ultimate weapon in the war against dirt.
I tried being nice to dirt with creamy liquids and fluffy powders, but now I use the dirt bomb and blast dirt to smithereens. Does that sound cruel? Well, what's dirt ever done for you?
You sure you don't need any help, Johnny?
No, thanks, Dad. I'm almost finished.
Yeah, so I see. This is it.
Paul.
A little over a year and a half ago, he came here to live in that room. It was a time to rejoice, remember?
Johnny didn't rejoice.
No, but I did. You did too, at that time. Now the room is empty again. Emptier than ever was before.
Why emptier?
Because the boy who came here to live didn't love us then. He was only my boy in name only. Now, it is my boy who's leaving. Oh, it's all wrong.
No, it isn't all wrong, Paul. Look, if Johnny insists on leaving, at least we should be happy knowing he's going to be with Jane and George.
You think this is a cause for happiness?
No, Look, Paul, he could have gone off just anywhere. I mean, he might have done that. And at least now we know he's going to be with family.
I think I left my camera in here. Excuse me.
Well, Johnny, you don't have to excuse yourself for walking through your own living room. Where is your camera?
I think it's over here. Here it is.
Johnny? Look, you sure you wouldn't like me to help you with the packing?
No, thanks. I'm almost done.
In a few minutes, he'll be out of here. If he goes, I don't think he'll ever come back. You're the reason he's going. You're the only one who can stop him. Just have a few seconds. Just a few seconds.
Paul, I can't. I can't. I've tried.
Well, can't you try again? And this time, try with your heart. If you could just bring yourself to say you want him to say, and say it with conviction.
Paul, I can't.
You can't say it with conviction?
No. I mean, I can't make him stay.
Well, can't you at least try to stop him? Just try.
Well, I guess I'm ready.
Yeah. So you are.
Johnny, look, I know you're going because of me. Isn't there anything I could say to stop you?
No, I'm afraid not.
Try to believe I'm sorry for what I said. And I do. I want you to...
You want him to stay. Isn't that what you're going to say?
Yes. And your father wants you to stay, Johnny, and know how much he wants you.
Yeah. Well, I think Dad understands now. Don't you, Dad?
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. I'll get your golf bags.
Yeah. Goodbye, Robin.
Goodbye, Johnny.
The guiding light has been presented by Salvo Power Tablets. Ready, aim, Salvo, the detergent tablets for big, tough, dirty washes. The Guiding Light, presented by new Extra Strength Comet, the stain-removing cleanser, now also in the plastic decorator size and the plastic bathroom bundle.
2-1, Josephine. Yep. Comet can remove stains better with one try than your cleanser does with 2 tries. It's that good? New Extra Strength Comet gets out stains far better than any other leading cleanser. Even yours. Want to see a test on that food stain? I want to do it myself. Be my guest. Here's my cleanser's first try, right? Right. Wet it and wait. Stain's still there. That's disappointing. I'll give mine a second try. Now, 1 try for Comet. Wet 'em. Wait again. There. 2 tries with your cleanser, only 1 with Comet. Oh, still some stain. But Comet removed it. It's the stain-removing cleanser. Only 1 with superchlorinol. Disinfects better, too. That test makes me mad. Why? I've been buying the wrong cleanser. Don't get mad. Get Comet. New Extra Strength Comet gets out stains far better than any other leading cleanser.
Paul? Wasn't the book any good?
I don't know. I couldn't concentrate on it.
Look, I'd rather you talk.
What's to say? This house has never seemed emptier.
I know.
You mean even you feel it too? Don't tell me you're about to regret that Johnny has left us.
I regret it because of what it's doing to you.
But not because of what it's done to him. I know. I suppose I should admire your honesty.
Paul.
But I don't. I do miss him. He even made his bed before he left. This is the emptiest room of them all.
Hey, come on, stop it, please. You're acting like Johnny was dead. He's only over at Jane's. You can see him any time.
Yes, sure. I can see him any time, can I? I have to go somewhere to see my son.
Okay. Look, I know it was me that suggested we talk, but if it's going to be
All right,
this way...
I'm sorry. We get nowhere going down this road, do we? So let's change the subject. There's something I wanted to tell you. What was it? Oh, yes, I dropped in on Bert this afternoon.
Oh. How's Bill?
Better, according to Bert. He's been on the wagon for several days. He seems to think he can pull through this thing.
You don't?
He might. Apparently Ed has taken my advice. He's trying to be nice to his father, to help him a little. That's why Bert's so optimistic.
But you yourself think that Ed is the key to Bill's pulling himself out of this.
Oh, yes, if there is one. But as a doctor, I know what a tough fight it's going to be for Bill. Even if his son does get behind him.
Well, even if you said he already has.
Oh, he went to see his father the other night in the office, and he came home tonight to see him again. But even so, that boy, he's so bitter against his father. Real help has to be sincere. It just has to come from the heart.
Yes. Yes. Will you wait a minute, please? Ed, will you take down this call and write down the address or something? It's about your father. It's a bar. And they say that he's in no condition to get home by himself.
Yes? What is the place?
Well, I think it's because my mother used it, and, I sort of went along and used what she used.
Mrs. Elliott is telling about the salad oil she uses. Now she's tasting salad made with a different oil. Listen.
Well, it's very light.
Because it's made with Crisco oil, a lighter vegetable oil without that heavy, oily taste. Here's your oil. Here's Crisco oil. How does Crisco oil taste?
Well, it doesn't have a greasy, heavy taste.
And your oil?
It's much heavier and oilier.
You say you use it because your mother did. And you never tried Crisco oil?
Well, I should have, but I'm sure now I would switch to it since it is so light. Now I realize that, this is better.
You try the oil that's better, lighter, high in polyunsaturates, too. Crisco oil, an oil without that heavy, oily taste.
Yes, I've got it. Okay. I might have known it'd slip back. He hasn't the guts to stay dried out anymore. He hasn't the character.
Are you a preacher or a doctor? It isn't a matter of character. It's a sickness. Even I know that.
All right, it's a sickness. And I'm sick and tired of it. Why do I have to waste my time on this man?
Your time. Your valuable time. You're trying to save your father's life, his very life. At least that's what I hope you're doing.
You should get rid of him. I told you that before, and I'm telling you that again now. Why should we waste our time on this lush?
Don't you dare call him that.
If you don't get rid of him, we'll be dragging him out of bars now for the rest of his life.
Will you be quiet? Is this all you can do in this crisis? Stand there and vilify your father? Are you going down there to get him, or aren't you?
I say he should sleep it off there. Maybe if he wakes up with his head in a garbage pail, he might learn a lesson.
I said, are you going down to get him? Or are you waiting for me to do it?
All right. All right, if you have to have him, I'll get him. You just stay here and make a bucket of coffee for him to swill when he gets back.
Some of this will make you feel better.
What is it?
Coffee.
Who needs it?
You need it.
I want a drink.
Oh, no, you don't. You get no more liquor in this bar tonight.
What are you?
I'm your bartender. Don't you know me? You passed out on me here.
Pass out. Good for me. Who are you? What are you looking at? Do you think you're an audience or something?
Yes, I'm an audience or something. And I don't like the show.
That's too bad about you. Come on, just get out of here now. Mind your own business.
Hey, what are you trying to do? Pick a fight with this guy? Get away from him.
I'd like to. You called about him?
Yeah. And you came to... Who are you, his son?
I just happened to be there when you called. No, I'm a friend of the family.
It's wash day for Jill Wade. Her wash is so big and dirty, there's only one way to get it clean.
The bomb! The dirt bomb!
Introducing Salvo's Dirt Bomb. A dime's worth of Salvo has more cleaning power than this much old-fashioned powder detergent. That's why for big, dirty washes...
The bomb! The dirt bomb!
Miss Jordan, you have everything for the baby, even Ivory soap.
I use Ivory myself to rest my skin from makeup so it can stay young.
Won't any soap do?
Other soaps have ingredients that can stay on your face, like deodorants, heavy perfumes. Ivory's pure. Lets your skin rest from makeup and stay young.
No wonder more doctors recommend Ivory.
For babies and us.
Pure Ivory helps skin that wears makeup stay young.
Drink some of that. Let him get some of that down. May make it a little easier for you getting him home.
Yes.
You know this man's son?
Yes, I know him.
Kind of a guy, is he, anyway?
He's a kind of a fool.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That or worse.
What do you mean?
This is a nice guy. All right, he's got bottle trouble. But he's a nice guy. And if you're a friend of the family, you ought to get hold of that son of his and give him a good talking to.
Why? What's he done?
He's a jerk. Mr. Bauer talks to me a lot. And what's he always talking about? His son. What a wonderful boy. What a great kid. Now, for some reason or other, I don't know why, the kid's mad at him, see?
Yes, I see.
You know why?
I can't imagine.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway. No son worth his salt would treat his father the way this man's been treated. This man was on the wagon for 3 or 4 days. He was trying to pull himself out of it.
Yes, so?
So the son shows up. First time he's been around in months, so Mr. Bauer naturally gets the idea that maybe the son's not mad at him anymore. Maybe he's come to be friends. So this boy, and this is why I say he's a jerk, he wants his old man off the booze. He comes there to talk to him about it, but how does he talk?
How?
Well, he says something like, I don't give a hang about you. You can jump in the lake for all I care. He makes it pretty plain that he still hates this guy, see? He just wants him sober so he'll keep out of the son's hair. And after that kick in the teeth, the old man falls off the wagon again. Look, if I was a murderer, my son would never talk to me like that. Ah, this Bauer kid sounds like a bum.
Hey, wait a minute. I heard somebody call my son a bum. Huh? Wait, who's talking about my son?
No, nobody. You just imagined it.
Yeah, well, I better imagine it. Well, make it clear. There's no finer boy in the whole world than my son.
Quiet, will you?
No, you want to say something about my boy?
Said just be quiet.
Yeah. You both better be quiet about my kid. I thought I'd take you both on. Let me tell you something. My kid, Ed, he's a swell kid. He's a doctor. You know, let's get it straight right now. He's a swell kid. I let him down. I let him way down. Just keep your mouth shut about my kid, both of you.
Sure. You've got a great son. Nobody said anything different.
Oh, you better not. As long as I'm alive to find him.
The Guiding Light has been presented by Mild Ivory, 99 and 44/100% pure, to help skin that wears makeup stay young. Guiding Light, presented by today's Ivory Liquid. It's Young Hands formula that helps hands look young again.
This is a lovely anniversary bracelet. Madam, you'll have to remove the glove.
Must I?
What's the matter?
These hands embarrass me. They've gotten so old looking. Darn hands. Housework's made them old looking. Hi. Who are you? I'm Mary Miles. Here to introduce today's Ivory Liquid. Helps hands look young again. Kind of like you had a maid. Like me to do your dishes. Better than mine. Only Ivory Liquid detergent has this special formula. Young Hands formula. Creamy white. It's Ivory Mild and makes longer lasting suds too. Proper hand care and Ivory Liquid make your hands look young again. Jim, I love the bracelet.
Aren't you going to leave the gloves on?
Now my hands look young again.
Don't want to cover these.
Ivory Liquid helps your hands look young again. Young again.
Well, Mom, here's your husband.
I made a lot of coffee. It's on the stove. Now, will you go down and get some while
you undress him? Let it go with his shoes. Leave him alone.
But he'll be so uncomfortable when he wakes up.
Uncomfortable? He could be lying on spikes right now. He wouldn't know the difference.
We've got to get him undressed. Now, will you help me or what?
Yes, sure. We've got to undress the helpless. Shouldn't we? The babies, the trunks. Coffee won't help him either. Just let him sleep it off.
One more. One more, and that's all, huh? Oh, come on.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Have another drink. Have 10 more, 1,000.
Will you stop talking to him like that?
Well, you don't think he can hear me, do you? Or knows who I am or where he is? Or who you are, for that matter? He's just a sponge, an alcohol sponge.
Ed. What happened at the bar? What did they tell you?
What could they tell me? That's what happened at the bar. The sponge just kept soaking it up.
Why should your father start drinking again? Did that man at the bar, the man who phoned us, didn't he have any idea?
Dad doesn't need a why, Mom.
Ed, he hasn't had a drop in several days.
Yes, well, he sure made up for it this time.
But why did he fall off? We've got to find out. Are you telling me everything?
Oh, Mom, what do you think you're trying to find out? The latest excuse for Dad's drinking.
No, what reason he had.
Drunks don't have reasons. They have excuses.
With this attitude, how are you ever going to help him?
Oh, Mom, look at him. Who can help that? The only one you can help is yourself. You've got to leave him. Dump him. Let yourself loose.
Wash day for Jill Wade. Her wash is so big and dirty, there's only one way to get it clean.
The bomb! The dirt bomb!
Introducing Salvo's Dirt Bomb. A dime's worth of Salvo has more cleaning power than this much old-fashioned powder detergent. That's why for big, dirty washes...
The bomb! The dirt bomb!
Hi. Want to know my recipe for a good, moist cake? So moist, it's brimming with rich, full flavor. The recipe, Duncan Hines Cake Mix. When you pull this tab, you'll get a cake moist as homemade. See? Duncan Hines cake is so moist the crumbs cling together. So moist it's brimming with flavor. For a moist cake, moist as homemade. Remember the recipe, Duncan Hines.
Yes?
Dr. Werner, may I come in?
Oh, Dr. Werner. Yes, I suppose so.
Fancy seeing me here.
Should I fancy it? Come in.
Ah, good. For a minute, I thought you weren't going to invite me.
For a minute, I wondered if I should.
Oh, of course you should. You'll find I can be a very nice guest.
Really? Well, doesn't a nice guest usually phone his hostess first and find out if she wants a guest? Or do you enjoy taking your hostess by surprise?
Now, if I had phoned, would you have said, come on over?
Probably not.
Ah, so you see the wisdom of this approach. The lady was so surprised she let me into her castle. Let's see. Was your invitation confined to just letting me in the apartment, or can I sit down, too?
Well, since I've gone this far, go ahead.
You see, already I'm progressively undermining your resistance.
Careful, Dr. Werner. You may be increasing.
Actually, I came over to find out what your resistance might be to a movie. I noticed on the board Dr. Bauer signed to go out to go home, so I assume you're not tied up?
You have a way of assuming a lot of things, don't you?
That means you are tied up.
There you go, assuming again.
Now, don't tell me you're waiting around to see if Dr. Bauer is going to call.
All right, I won't tell you.
Why should anyone as attractive and as intelligent as you be waiting around for Dr. Bauer? There's no marriage in his future, Leslie. He doesn't believe in it.
Well, thank you for the advice, Dr. Werner. But I can take care of myself.
Well, of course you can, but why should you? You need a man to take care of you. You'll make someone an excellent wife.
Oh, so now you're a marriage counselor, too.
Well, I certainly counsel marriage in your case. You know, there are a lot of young men at the hospital who, unlike Dr. Bauer, are very interested in marriage. And very interested in you, too, if you give them a chance.
You amaze me. Who could these men be?
Well, now, one of them is going to put on a record and ask you to dance with him right now.
Saved by the bell.
Wouldn't you know it? Now, I'll never know if you were going to accept me or not.
Yes?
Ed, can I come up?
Oh, Ed. Yes, of course.
Did I hear what I heard? Is that Dr. Bauer descending on us?
I had a date with Ed this evening. I just wasn't sure if he could make it or not.
Had a date? Or waiting in hopes of a date?
Oh, Leslie, I'm glad I caught you in.
Caught you in? Apparently, Dr. Bauer forgets he had a date with you.
Those roots are wrapped in burlap, rugged, skin-scratching burlap. Imagine taking the burlap off a tree bottom and making it soft enough for a little boy's pajama bottom. Impossible? Not with Downy Power, the softening power of Downy fabric softener. We washed it and rinsed it once in Downy, and this same burlap came out soft enough for a little boy to wear in comfort, from the tip of his toes to the top of his bottom.
It's really soft.
Now, nobody uses burlap for pajamas, but if Downy can soften burlap, imagine the comfort it'll bring to all the people you love. Because nothing, absolutely nothing, makes clothes softer and whiter than Downy. From now on, treat your family to the power that softens burlap, all the softening power of Downy.
Interrupting something?
Doesn't it seem so?
You're interrupting nothing. Dr. Werner just dropped in unexpectedly.
Just like Dr. Bauer. But of course, when he drops by, the unexpectedly, the carpet is spread and the rest of us must drop out. Good night, Leslie.
Good night.
You play hard to get with me, and you play very well. You'd be smart if you played the same game with him.
What was that all about?
Nothing. He just prefers himself to you, that's all. He wanted to take me out on a date tonight, and I didn't want to go. Forget about it.
That won't be hard to do tonight. There are more things on my mind than that jerk.
You went and saw your father tonight, didn't you? What happened?
He was supposed to be on the wagon.
But he wasn't?
He sure wasn't.
Oh, Ed.
When I was home, the bar called to pick him up. He passed out.
Oh, how terrible for you.
Not terrible for me, terrible for Mom. When I got there, you wouldn't believe it. It was like a nightmare. It's a nightmare. When I got to the place, he was coming to. The bartender asked me if I was his son. I took one look at him and I denied it. I told him I was a friend of the family.
Oh, Ed, how could you deny it with your father right there?
Well, you don't think that he recognized me, do you? Well, he was blind drunk. Apparently, before when he was able to talk, He told the bartender, and he blamed everything on me, that I'd knocked him off the wagon with something I said.
Go on.
The bartender stood talking to me, like a friend of the family, telling me what a bum Mr. Bauer's son was. And my father staggered to his feet. He heard us talking. He wanted to fight with the bartender for criticizing his son. Then he turned to me. He didn't recognize me. And he wanted to fight with me if I said anything against his son. His son was the greatest kid on earth. How about that?
What happened then?
Well, he finally subsided, and I lugged him home to my mother and left her with the nightmare. And some good advice she wouldn't take.
What advice?
Leave him? Doesn't that make sense? Who could put up with that every evening?
Ed, you know why you feel so bad, don't you?
Because I lugged that slob home to my mother.
No. Because you feel guilty. Your father made you feel guilty.
Oh, Leslie, please. Stop it.
And you know something? I'm glad you feel guilty. Because it makes me know you're human.
Guiding Light has been presented by Downy, the fabric softener with the power to soften even rough, scratchy burlap.